Whatever this is completely natural, and science still has no explanation for it. Oh dude, that's just CGI. Well, joke's on you, cause it's real. This glowing orb of plasma or electricity or something that slowly hovers around and can cause some pretty devastating effects. It's called ball lightning, or centella globular, and was first formally documented in 1195 AD, said to be a very rare natural weather phenomenon.
Tonight we're looking at some mysterious videos you can't unsee. Welcome back, family. Thank you to all the channel members for support. If you guys haven't already, remember to like, subscribe, hype the video up so it gets pushed to more people. Let's go.
Whatever this is completely natural, and science still has no explanation for it. Oh dude, that's just CGI. Well, joke's on you, cause it's real. This glowing orb of plasma or electricity or something that slowly hovers around and can cause some pretty devastating effects. It's called ball lightning, or centella globular, and was first formally documented in 1195 AD, said to be a very rare natural weather phenomenon, much like regular lightning, but it sticks around for a lot longer than your classic split-second strike, drifting and hovering for up to a minute before disappearing, often with a bang. With many people reporting it can even go through walls. It's so rare that for centuries scientists thought it was fake, just an urban legend people made up since video evidence didn't exist yet, so anyone who claimed to have seen it couldn't prove it. Many pilots insisted to have witnessed it mid-flight, and even Nikola Tesla himself experienced it, was so intrigued that he even reported recreating his own ball lightning in a lab in 1904. Is there anything this guy didn't do? Now, to be fair, some videos of this online are just visual effects, CGI, like this one right here, but the phenomena itself is very real, and we just have no idea what they are. Theories range from plasma created by electrical discharges, a rare type of lightning, or specific chemical reactions caused by lightning striking the ground, possibly even alien technology, or interdimensional beings interacting with our reality, which, if you ask me, is exactly what they are, in my oh-so-professional opinion.
سند ليش قاعد هيك؟ ما سند. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سند. هذا هو مقبره. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله. مين هو؟ اسمها السند. اسمها السند. سند. كيف انت هيك يا سند؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. جهتك بالله رجعه. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. جهتك بالله بقول لك.
هذا الحجر. هذا الحجر. هذا الحجر خطير جدا.
What the fuck? I'm scared now.
¿Qué quiere?
¿Quieres?
No.
Who's making all that noise? Hello? Who are you?
Guys, I lost my dog. I don't know where he is, bro. I'm in the middle of nowhere right now.
So you're in this drug-fueled state and you write about, you're having sex with lots of women, and then you say you flip the menu.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, there's a lot of stuff on the other side that I never looked at. And I was like, well, hold on now. And I'm like, well, sure. Why the hell not?
Yeah, I mean, it's a deeply personal question, but,
No, it's
you're
fine.
talking about having sex with men.
Sure. Yeah.
Why did you want to share that?
I just wanted to feel what it would be like to just expose that. Not expose that, but share that. And it's fine. But it was also to take the bullets out of some guns that have still been pointed in my direction, you know,
Right.
and just like say, you no longer have any control over me with you know, your extortion demands and stuff like that. Because
So there are people from your past who are still holding that over you.
yeah, and so that was a part. That's not what led the charge. That's more of an off-label benefit to making that decision.
That video was very, very interesting. Yo, that's wild. I did not know Charlie Sheen was like that. I mean, he said that people were after him, so he just did it. He just let it out. He was like, all right, guys, I'm gonna admit it.
Has described the injuries as mild and said that Holland will take several days off from filming. NBC News has reached out to his publicist, but we have yet to hear back.
Oh yeah, there was a recent incident. Apparently Tom Holland, the guy that plays Spider-Man, he fell and actually got a concussion and injured himself on set. Yo, someone in this video I saw earlier was like, yo, that's good because that means the Spider-Mans are gonna be good finally. I'm just like, dude.
These are the top 5 scariest videos I found online. I bet you can't make it to the end of this video because the last one is wild. Number 5, possessed chef. This man looked to be working his normal job in the kitchen, cooking, making food, and then suddenly he starts acting bizarre, as if he's possessed. As you can see, he kind of goes into like a zombie-like state, standing over hot boiling grease and seems to be wobbling. But yeah, I'm not showing the rest of that. But yeah, he did what you think he did. Anyone ordered a fried facial? If there's one way to get rid of pimples, that is not it. Before we get to the next one, can you heart this video for me? I work hard on these videos, and I love you. Number 4, a woman named Carrie said she started experiencing weird activities in her home. She would hear strange noises, and her stuff would even be moved. So she decided to get a security camera for when she's not home. One day she got an alert on her phone, and this is what she caught. A dark figure can be seen approaching the person sleeping on the bed. Moments later, it quickly darts to the left, just before the lights come on. Look, if a ghost is gonna be in my house, at least pay rent, please. That's the least you can do. I got bills. It just tastes like, yo mama's booty. All honesty, I'm sorry for eating in front of your face. Just because I made you suffer, your 5th at has to buy you food for the rest of this week. Let me know who it is so I can tell them to buy you food because I said so. Number 3, a man looks out of his window and sees something scary flying at him. In my opinion, it's a witch, but what do you guys think? So check this out. A team of investigators go to investigate a place called the Cage that is located in the UK. Now, for over 400 years, it was a prison that held women who were accused of witchcraft. Now, they started to conduct a seance in the basement. And look what happens to one of the team members named Debbie's face. Her smile elongates, eyes turn black, and then it just goes back to normal. Now, Debbie recalls this never even happening, but during that time, she felt itching and burning down the back of her neck. After this, for weeks, she could not sleep and was having terrible nightmares. Y'all better stop messing with them demons. Stay home. Start a family. Stop this. Stop it. A man is upstairs in the gym in the middle of the day. Starting his workout, he's stretching, and then he sees a medicine ball move suddenly. Now, I guess he got a little weirded out of this because he was like, okay, I'm out. I don't know what moved that ball, but I'm out. That's when all of a sudden his foot gets dragged up from underneath him by what seems to be some sort of invisible entity. He darts downstairs to the bottom gym and tells security and begs them to let him see the footage. Now, I don't know how you fake something like this, because it looks legit to me. Should I do a part 2?
I feel like that last one was a little bit convincing. Like, could you imagine?
And just like that, after barely a week, Jimmy Kimmel is back. Disney announced last night that Kimmel's show will return on Tuesday, so why the change of heart? Well, some are saying it was the backlash that won, the boycott. The 400 artists and celebrities who signed an open letter condemning government threats to freedom of speech. But some are saying Jimmy is back because the government was never involved. Piers Morgan said, along with a picture of Disney's statement, so Kimmel wasn't cancelled by Trump or the FCC after all, but temporarily suspended by his employer because they thought that what he said was ill-timed and insensitive. But regardless, even though Disney have brought back Jimmy Kimmel, one, we don't know if Jimmy Kimmel wants to be back, and secondly, not all of ABC's affiliate stations will actually be airing it. Some, like Sinclair for example, which is one of the country's largest owners of local TV stations, will not be airing Jimmy Kimmel Live and rather putting news programming in that time slot instead. So the question is, what do you think? Did the boycotts and backlash just deliver a big win for free speech, or was this never about free speech in the first place?
This is probably one of the scariest videos I've seen in a long time. So this is Noah. He was on a camping trip one night, and while he was on his way back from said camping trip, he decided to pull off the side of the road and catch some Z's. What ends up happening that night is something so chilling, something so horrifying that you guys probably need headphones for it.
I'm currently sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is. And there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. He's touching my truck. He's literally touching my truck. How am I supposed to get him away? He's literally knocking. He's literally knocking on my truck. The canopy, the back door's locked. I've never been this scared before ever. I don't think he knows that there's anyone in here. I'm gonna try to see if he goes away eventually. We'll see. He's literally peeking through the door right now. I've never been this scared ever. So, the current time is 2:30 in the morning right now. He's still walking around my truck. I'm gonna try to see if I can flash my light to get him scared. So he runs away. There he is. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Now, from what I understand, the individual knocking on his doors and windows was only there for about an hour and a half, or something like that. But he did finally leave, and Noah was able to get out of there safe and sound.
Dude, An hour and a half? What are you doing at someone's truck just roaming it for an hour? That makes literally no sense. Like, you're wasting your time.
Today we're going to be taking a look at the most disturbing things caught on night cameras. Now on Reddit, users will share their recordings of their night camera, capturing what they think is either paranormal activity or some other unusual occurrence. And today we're going to be taking a look at these, and at the end we're going to be determining which ones are real or fake. The one at the very end is the scariest. I'm going to be looking at my screen because I'm going to be reacting to this video live with you guys. Okay, weird object knocks out a man. So this happened a few days ago in my hometown in Colombia. A real fast and strange object knocked a man down to the floor through the stairs. He had 24 stitches at the hospital. All right, let's take a look at this. Looks like he's going upstairs somewhere. Like this looks like the front yard, maybe the backyard or something. The front yard. Okay, where'd you go? I don't see any orbs or anything. Oh, what just happened? Oh my God. Are those the neighbors that just heard him fall? Let's take another look at that. If we run this back, watch this orb in slow motion. I mean, this orb, bam. I mean, this guy is knocked out cold. He fell down from those concrete steps, and it looks like he almost hit his head on the car. I mean, Jesus. What do the comments say about this? It was just something tied to the door to hold it open. If you watch, the door starts to close right before it happened. Was this the door? Yeah, I have no idea. What do you guys think about that one? Okay, this next one is titled, I am on a trip and just saw this on our camera, and I am slightly freaked out. Some context. We went on a cruise and set up a camera to watch our cats while we were away. We were just watching a few recordings and saw this happen to our pillows, and we have a third cat, but we don't think this was her. What are your thoughts here? All right, let's take a look at this video. Okay, so we got some sweet kittens playing on the bed. Looking at, okay, the pillow's moving. Bruh. Yeah, no way. No way. Nope. Dude, I'm sorry, but these people setting up these night cameras in front of their bed are psychotic. If I'm on a cruise and my cats are on a bed and I just saw my own pillow get flipped over from nothing, I am going to get off of that cruise ship and go home. There's no way I'm leaving my cats there. Okay, this one is my personal favorite. This one is titled Ghost Child Caught on Camera. A little backstory. My husband's best friend used to live in the house in the video. He caught some crazy orb ring camera videos and always felt something was in the house. He ended up getting a divorce and sold the house. A couple months ago, after the new owners moved in, an old neighbor got a hold of my husband's friend and told him that the new owners wanted to know if he had ever had any paranormal activity when he lived there. They sent him this video they had caught in their living room, and he sent them his orb videos. The family was not home when this video was captured. The family does have children, but again, no one was home. The couple who captured this video are getting a divorce, and the house is back on the market. To me, the child in this video looks and sounds like a little girl saying help. Thoughts? Let's watch it. So this is a 3-second clip, and look at the upstairs. Bro, I just got chills all over my body. Look at the upstairs. There is something just running. It looks like a little girl just running upstairs. Honestly, the first time I saw this video, I was looking at this entire setup, the way the camera's angled, even how the living room and the upstairs looks. Does this not remind anybody else about Paranormal Activity, like the movies? This looks like the start of one of the most disturbing horror movies that come out of 2025. Out of all three of those, which ones do you think were the most disturbing? Do you think some of these were real? Do you think all of these were real? Do you think some of these were fake? I'm curious to know how you would explain some of these. And also too, let me know, do you guys have any ghost stories? Have you ever captured something on camera and, thought maybe it was something out of this world? If you've ever captured like a ghost video, feel free to email me it or DM me on Instagram the video, and I'd love to react to it for a video. Make sure to like and follow for more videos tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.
I feel like number one was definitely the most concerning, because like, why did he fly into the door like that?
A flag from an anime show is now becoming the real-life symbol of Gen Z protests around the world. Multiple countries have been rocked by major youth-led protests recently, and the Jolly Roger pirate flag from the Japanese manga One Piece has now largely become the symbol and face of these movements in countries like Indonesia, Nepal, the Philippines, and even France. Banners with this symbol in crowds are now becoming common. It's being painted on the streets, raised outside of people's homes, and in Nepal, they even hung it on the Golden Gate of the burning parliament buildings. In fact, it's even gotten to the point where some governments like Indonesia have labeled it a treasonous act. One activist from Nepal said, "We wanted the movement to feel like a Gen Z movement." So these slogans and symbols used during the protests were linked with things that Gen Z youths could relate to. And it's not being used just because it's popular. It's also because the plot of the show revolves around a group of young people who, while in the pursuit of lost treasure, aim to challenge oppressive leaders. And it's been so effective because this anime symbol transcends language, culture, and borders, and it's become the reference to unite and galvanize young people from around the world. And when it's seen in this context, it's now becoming a rallying cry for the new generation to hold governments accountable for things like corruption, neglect, and censorship. And with more Gen Z protest plans stretching to other countries as well, the question becomes, will we be seeing more of the One Piece symbol or not?
Watch this. In that scenario, what do you do if this is a wild bear that comes up to you and gets you in this position? If you're a bear expert, please explain to me, what do you do in this scenario? Do you play dead? Do you fight back? Do you growl? Do you act big? What's the play here? He's literally pushing his foot down to see if he's dead, to see if he is a potential meal or not. Go back to the beginning of this video and watch that again when he puts his paw on the guy's foot. Look at how big his actual claws are. I went back and watched this a couple times just to really try to gauge how big those are. The claws are like a couple inches long, and there's 5 of them on each hand. And if you notice how big the paw is when it's sitting on the guy's foot, and he's like rocking him back and forth, the paw's bigger than the guy's foot. And then on the paw, there are 5 full-on knives that are multiple inches long. There's just no getting out of that. If that bear decides, for the sake of the video, let's say that's not a pet. Let's say it's a random bear in the woods. If that bear decides, okay, this is my next meal, there's nothing you're doing about that. You're done. He's having his way with you, and you're gone. So if there are any bear experts that have made it this far that are watching this video, please explain to me, in that scenario, what do you do?
I'll tell you what you should do. You should get out a trusty shotgun, and that's problem solved.
What happened to this man is arguably one of the worst things that could ever happen to you. This is known as the 1,000-yard stare, and yes, all these photos are 100% real. These photos mainly occurring during World War I and II, but there is more recent examples, of course. Known as the 1,000-yard stare because of what their eyes are saying, you may also know this in forms of shell shock. Now, what actually causes this is seeing something very sudden and extremely traumatic, such as in the war, where you may see people dying right in front of you, or traumatic events that you wouldn't even be able to repeat. Essentially being in an emotional shock that puts your body into this state where you can barely function. You've probably heard stories back in the wars of shell shock victims and how they were treated so badly as well, because we didn't really know that much about mental health and what to actually do with these people. We'd never really seen anything like it before. Nowadays there's a lot more treatment for this, so people can get the help they need. It's still absolutely horrendous and can leave people in ways like this, causing many physical effects such as headache, confusion, dizziness, falling all over the place, stuttering of words, insomnia, extreme anxiety, and sometimes even paralysis. So if you ever see a video of someone like this, just imagine what they're going through.
You know that movie Scream? Did you know that inspired a real-life murder? Now the story starts with this guy, Brian. And Brian is 16, living in Idaho, and Brian loves scary movies. He especially loves the Scream franchise. In fact, he loves these movies so much that he wants to be like the killers in the movies and actually unalive someone. Like, he thinks that would be a big thrill. So he teams up with his best friend, this guy, Tori. And Tori is also 16, and he also loves scary movies. And at some point in 2006, these two get together and they start talking about wanting to murder people. Like, a lot of people. Like, they don't even think murdering people should be illegal. That's how into it they are. And so they make a death list of people they want to take out. Like people at school and even some of their own friends are on the list. Then they start planning their first murder and how they're going to be able to pull it off without getting caught. And because they're film fans and because they're stupid, they decide to record everything.
I've always wanted to make a mark on the world and stuff, and this is a good way to do it.
And so then they get a hold of 4 different knives that they're going to use to pull this off. Then they pick a name from their death list, and one night they head over to this person's house.
So we're gonna f***ing kill her and her friends, and we're gonna keep moving on. I heard some news about Kirsten. She's gonna be home alone from 6 to 7.
But they get there and they can see that this victim isn't alone, and so they have to call everything off. Then they pick another name, but same thing. This person ends up not being alone. In fact, they try several different times, but none of these would-be victims are alone, so they can't pull this off. So it looks like their murder plan isn't gonna work out. But then they hear about this girl, Cassie Jo. And Cassie Jo is also 16, and she's their friend who goes to school with them. And Brian and Tori hear that this coming weekend, Cassie Jo is supposed to be house sitting for her aunt and uncle and taking care of their pets. And therefore, she's gonna be alone. And so Brian and Tori feel like this is the perfect opportunity to pull off their murder and make it just like that first Scream movie. And so Brian and Tori, they're all excited. And they even make masks to wear during the murder. They're kind of like the Scream mask, but, different. And so anyway, eventually the big day comes. Friday, the day of the crime.
Our murder is supposed to happen tonight, so hopefully nothing will go wrong.
And they go to school that day, and they even see Cassie Jo there, and they walk up to her, filming her.
Hello, Cassie. I'm getting you on tape, okay? Say hi, please. Hi. Okay, see ya.
Now, at some point that day, they find out that Cassie Jo's boyfriend, who we'll just call boyfriend, they find out that he's gonna be with Cassie Jo that night at her aunt and uncle's house. And so I guess Brian and Tori are like, whatever, we'll just unalive him too. Now apparently Cassie Jo and boyfriend even invite Tori over to the house to watch a movie with them because, they're all friends. And so it looks like Brian and Tori's plan is going perfectly so far. So then, later that night, the guys show up to the house Cassie Jo is house sitting. And Cassie Jo is happy they showed up, and she gives them a tour of the place, and they walk all through the house and the basement. Then, they all 4 go and they start watching a movie, Kill Bill Volume 2. And so everything's going fine. Then, at some point during the movie, Brian and Tori tell Cassie Jo and boyfriend that they're leaving because they want to go watch a different movie at a nearby movie theater. And so they leave, or at least they pretend to leave. They actually drive for about 15 minutes, and then they come back, and they park in a secluded spot a bit a ways from the house. Then they change into dark clothes, and they put on those masks that they made, and they get their knives. Then they sneak in through a back door that they had secretly unlocked while Cassie Jo was giving them a tour of the house. And that door leads them into the basement. So now they're hiding in the basement, and they want to try and lure Cassie Jo and boyfriend down there so that they can murder them. So they start making all this random noise, hoping that Cassie or someone will come check it out. But it doesn't work. No one comes down. Then they turn off all the power to the house by flipping the circuit breaker. But still, no one comes down to check it out. Then they start flipping the power on and off again a few more times. But still, nothing. Meanwhile, upstairs, Cassie Jo and boyfriend, they know something weird is going on. The power's going on and off. They can also see Aunt and Uncle's dog growling at the basement door. And they want to go check it out, but they're a little too freaked out to go down there. So they decide not to. Now eventually, it gets late, and it's time for boyfriend to go home. And he doesn't want to leave Cassie Jo there alone with the power going in and out and stuff, so he calls and asks his mom if he can stay the night there. But unfortunately, mom says no. And so ultimately, boyfriend's mom comes and picks him up, and he leaves. And now, Cassie Jo is there all alone. And I guess Brian and Tori know that boyfriend left because they start coming out of hiding. And boom, they hit the breaker and they turn off the lights one last time. And now the whole house is dark. and they start creeping upstairs. And there they find Cassie Jo lying on the couch, and they both take out their knives, and pow, they attack her, and they start stabbing her. And they stab her again and again and again until she's unalived. They stabbed her more than 30 times. And then these crazy bastards, they're all excited and oh, they finally did it. They murdered their friend, just like the Scream movie. And so they leave the house and they run down the street back to their car. And they're so fired up, they have to turn on their camera and record.
Just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a f***ing joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the f*** up, we gotta get our act straight.
And after they're done celebrating, they go into Black Rock Canyon, which is like a local hiking trail, and they find a secluded spot, and they try and burn a bunch of the evidence, like, you know, the knives and the masks and some of the tapes they've been recording. And when that doesn't really work, they bury the rest of it. But like, why record all these videos if you're just gonna burn them? But anyway, a few days later, Cassie Jo's aunt and uncle, they get home and they find her body and they call 911. And so now the police are involved and they start investigating. And the first thing they do is they question Boyfriend. And Boyfriend tells them, yeah, these guys, Brian and Tori, they were at the house with us earlier that night. So then police call in Brian and Tori for questioning. And Brian and Tori, they have their story all straight. Like it's all thought out and coordinated. Except when police ask them, so you left early to go see a movie at a theater, right? And the boys are like, yep. And the police are like, so tell me about the movie you saw. And the boys are like, So police know something's going on. Like, they know they're guilty. And eventually, Brian confesses, and he leads police to where they buried all the evidence, and that's where they find the videotapes of them admitting to their crimes. And so, bam, police arrest Brian. Here's his mugshot. Also, bam, they arrest Tori. Here's his mugshot. And ultimately, they both get life in prison.
Dude, that's a well-deserved life in prison because, like, what are you doing? That was hella disturbing, dude. R.I.P. Tori.
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe.